Hi, everybody. My name is Ridley,
I'm Coco,
and this is
Queen Melanin Podcast. So if you are new, please make sure you subscribe, show love, share,
Comment,
all of that.
All of that.
So basically what we do on a weekly is talk about current events, anything that we're going through, just expressing ourselves and we're talking about all these topics, and then also love for y'all to show love,
Right.
comment, talk back with us, or even give us topics that we should all discuss. And then next time we'll actually go live so we can be having a full-on conversation
with you.
as
We want
go.
you guys to engage with what we're talking about because we want to see your point of views, what you're going through, because we want to engage with everybody.
Exactly.
That's what
We're
this
all
podcast
going
is
through
for.
something.
Exactly. That's what this podcast is for. So one of the topics that we were talking about today, and the question was, let's see here. How do we measure if we are successful or a failure?
Which is a really great one, because I feel like in general, sometimes if we do not meet our goals by a certain point, we'll automatically feel like a failure. We feel like, if I didn't reach this goal, I'm just gonna, shut down and reboot and start over. But sometimes that's not the case. It's mostly, are you even looking at where you are now? Okay, you didn't reach the goal that you wanted to reach, but where are you now? Have you made steps, and have you progressed? Have you even looked back at your accomplishments that you have achieved? And are you thankful and feel blessed for where you are at that moment? So I feel like to say to yourself that you're a total failure is really beating yourself up for no reason, because success is always measured differently. There are people that are super young that are doing super well financially, but then they might not be where they want to be somewhere else in their life. Mm-hmm. So there's always something that we can work on and better in our life. But I feel like just today, the biggest strain on all of us is our financial situation. And if we are not thousandaires or millionaires or billionaires by now, we automatically feel like a total failure. And that's not true. That's not the case. What about you?
Okay, well, for me, I feel like a lot of times society, us watching people on Instagram, a lot of people portray their life differently. Instagram is fake. The people that you see up there, all their lives, everything is a facade. They want people to seem like they're rich, they got it like that. When they don't, everybody struggles. And for me, the whole definition of the question was, how do you tell if you're successful or failure? I feel like that's internal. If you're happy with yourself, everybody has goals. Everybody is not where they want to be, because I know I'm not. I want, more money. I want to feel like I have, accomplished all the things that I want. I have goals that I know right at this point I'm not really working towards them. And I'm going to start. I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of things that I can be lazy. I can procrastinate. I am just like, and it's like, why? You only have one life, so why are you wasting your time?
Right.
And it's just like, we just need to go ahead and go after what we need to. We need to make an action plan, do the things you need to do to get to that point, because when you 30 years old, and you still ain't did none of the stuff that you said you was going to do, then that's when you start looking back at your life like, dang. You start feeling sad and,
Right.
putting yourself down because you didn't do none of the stuff that you set out to do.
And that's another thing, too, is like, your success doesn't have an age cap. So I have to keep telling myself that, too, because there are, in case no one knows, I am a hairstylist and a makeup artist. So this industry is so freaking hard. It can be a dog-eat-dog type of a, if you will, so to speak, type of an industry, depending on where you are. And it can be really aggressive. So I'm in an industry that already makes you really tough. And if I get focused on what so-and-so is doing, it will make me feel so like, oh my gosh, like, I don't feel like I'm succeeding. Or, there are amazing hairstylists and makeup artists right now that have been based off of YouTube and Instagram who are literally younger than me. I am about to be 25 years old. And these young ones are like 18, 19, and they're touring with all these big mega stars. And I'm not saying everybody's blessing is different. So I'm not saying that I want to go that far. But it does make me feel some type of way because I'm like, what am I not doing? Am I not putting myself out there more? What, am I not connecting with the right people? And then I do actually feel like a failure.
About that, you can't compare yourself to other people. You know what I mean? Everybody got their story. You know, God puts everybody in place to do certain things. You know what I mean? So if this person is going through and doing all this stuff and they're succeeding, you can't compare yourself because at the end of the day, they're doing it now. Few years from now, you could be doing the same thing or better than them, or the same level as them, or they lost their spot and you took it. You know what I mean? So you just got to be grateful and kind of stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Make sure you focus on yourself because when you're focusing on somebody else, you're
lacking
on your own self.
Yeah.
So you can't look at me and focus on your own self because you're gonna mess up. Don't worry about me. You need to do what you need to do. Worry about yourself. Get your own stuff together. You know what I mean?
But that is so true. And like there are some days I just beat myself up and I'm just like, oh my God.
You know,
did I choose the wrong profession? I should have listened to my family with the medical field, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, would I be happy? I am happy and I do have clients and a great support system and friends who keep me going because I'm very passionate about what I do. And I feel like another thing that gets me too is, you know, I want to find like different jobs. So my next role that I want to fulfill is becoming an educator. And so it's hard because I've put out these different ads to these different huge brands and then it's like an immediate HR response. It's like, you don't have enough experience.
Right.
I'm like, you didn't even get to
meet
meet
for
me.
the application, but we're gonna go with someone else. Like,
what? You didn't even
what
meet
do you
me.
mean?
You don't even know what I've done, what I have accomplished in my life. I'm like, how can you tell me that just based off of a sheet of paper, which I understand, but my paper also can't tell you everything great that I have done, all my work. And I'm like, you can't base. Oh my God.
I know. And then stuff
That
like that
so
happens.
frustrating.
Whenever stuff like that happens, my mind automatically goes to, I can't work for no one else. I need to be an entrepreneur. I need to work for myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, I'm the only person that's going to have me. These jobs don't care about you.
Say what?
These jobs don't care about you.
One more time.
These jobs don't care about you. Because when you pass away or you done or you get fired or you get laid off or whatever happens, you done. When you work for yourself, you build your brand.
Hello.
So you can never be fired because you are your brand. You're the job. You know what I mean? They're coming to see you. So you are never going to be without work.
Exactly.
And I feel like us as this generation, everything is so like at our fingertips. YouTube, Instagram, people are getting paid to do things like this. And it's just like,
it's about being consistent.
You really got to be consistent.
Yeah.
You can't, you got to have confidence to do this, to sit in front of this camera and talk to you like how we're talking to you right now. And it's just like, you just got to put yourself out there. You never know. Like, you could fall on your face, but you never know until you try it.
Exactly.
I mean, it took us a while.
What?
It took us.
We've been talking about
God,
this for high school.
Yes.
Oh, actually, yes. We were going to start a podcast in high school. And I forgot what it was. It was something
like me, you, Lana. It was like our names.
Know.
It was something.
It was something. Like, I was going to be us. Like, we were going to be the main ones.
Makeup.
And then we were going to have all of our friends come in. And it was like something like new generation. Like, what we was going to name it. We literally had, what do they call those things? Note cards out of different topics that we were going to talk about.
And when we think about it, if we would have started that back then.
Boom.
Okay. Boom. But again, we had to stay in our lane, make sure it was the right time, and we just, now here we are. So,
finally.
Right, finally.
But I feel like both of us, obviously, we're not failures. Our mama ain't raised no failure, okay?
Very true.
But in all, it's just like that confidence. That's where self-confidence comes in. And there are times where, you may not feel like you're doing the best, but as long as you're doing your best, that's all you can give. And later on, people will follow. And then the ideal success that you want, whether it's money or to have that, big house with a white picket fence and the perfect mate and, kids running in the backyard, all that will come in time. Right. And yeah.
You never want to rush nothing. Anything. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to settle. You want to make sure it's right for you. Because when you rush something and you see somebody, everybody's doing this. Everybody's getting a relationship. Everybody's getting married. They have the perfect job. If you try to rush and get what they're getting, it's not going to work because you don't know what they got going on to get that or what they're going through just to have that. And you need to really focus on yourself to make sure it's genuine for you. Because you can't have everything that everybody else has. And you shouldn't want to have everything somebody else has.
Because sometimes it's not always real.
It's not real or it's not always good.
Exactly. You don't know what they did to get it.
Exactly.
That's the next thing. So our message today is don't beat yourself up. You know, if there is a goal that you have in mind, you know, write it down. Get a book. We both actually have books, and we write down goals.
Right. Realistic goals.
Long
We're not
term and
gonna write
short
something
term.
that's like, I want to have a Mercedes G-Wagon next year. You know? I mean,
it could happen.
It could happen, but I'm not going to set myself up for that because I'm going to be so mad if I don't have my G-Wagon next year.
But it's on the list. It's on the list.
Long
and when
term.
It happens, boom, check
Scratch
it
it
off.
off.
And you know, that's the best thing that I could say because it's helped me and it helped me refocus and reshift. Like, you know what? I've done this much. You know, I've done this much. And maybe if those people don't call me, that means I need to become my own educator and start my own company.
Absolutely. Or they just wasn't the right fit for
me. So not every time it's always a bad thing, you know. It's sometimes there's a good thing, and when things fall into your lap, I feel like sometimes that's when that door is opening for you. But when you feel like you're getting rejected and everything from every corner, that may not be for you.
Right, and you don't want to lose your faith. You know, after you get rejected so many times, I know for me, whenever you don't want to give up, but it keep happening and happening and happening. You're just like, you know what? I can't win from losing. This is getting on my nerves. I'm over it. I'm over it. But you don't need to be like that. You want to just keep going, because you never know when your break is going to come. When that door is finally going to open, you're going to be like, "Whew, I'm so glad I didn't give up because here it is. Everything that I was looking for is right here at this last door." So you definitely don't want to sell yourself too short. You want to make sure you are consistent. You want to go after everything that you want with full force because if you don't go after it, then you ain't gonna never have it. So our message is to stay positive, stay focused, confident, determined, definitely. Consistency. Oh my God, that is the key to everything. Consistency.
Yeah, or write everything down. If you're a visual person, write it down and every day attack it aggressively. And
you need, other people to support you, like your friends. Have an action plan. Every a week or every 2 weeks, everybody comes down, sit down, talk about their goals, how you're trying to, what are your steps to getting that goal completed, what have you done to get it started, just basically have your friends hold you accountable. Okay, so what you doing? Okay, I see this, that, and that. So what else are you doing to get your goal?
If you don't have those friends, get those friends immediately. Drop the ones that are not helping you progress in life because that's not where it's at.
Dead weight. Okay. You want people that lift you up, your friends, to make sure you're motivated, you're inspired, and they're willing to help you get to where you need to be.
Absolutely.
If they know that you're lacking and they're not trying to help you, they are not your friends. And you need to go ahead and exit immediately.
That way.
Well, that was another podcast from Coco and Ridley.
Yes.
And comment below how y'all feel. We'd appreciate that. And we'll do reviews
how you feel,
on
the
questions.
comments.
Right. What you would like to see from us, because we do makeup. We do reviews on wigs. We do a lot of stuff.
And we're going to be consistent.
Yes.
Goals.
Well, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again soon.
Very soon.
Bye.